guys, welcome back to Risky's Rescues. I'm your host Risky. Right here we got our LC TORANA, named MEL LC, and yeah, this is our first video back from our first trip to the track, which did not go as planned. So this is more of a bit of an autopsy video. See why it's not running. Got it out there on the strip. During the burnout, she cut out on us, and then yeah, fired it back up again, staged up, took off. She launched pretty good, and then yeah, just fell over about $4.5 grand. Started coughing, spluttering. I shifted into second, and then yeah, she wouldn't rev up over $3.5 grand then. And yeah, I just coasted through to the end of the line. I was going slow enough I could see what time we ran, which was an 18. So that's pretty dismal. Then yeah, I had to try and get it all way back around the track. If you know Calder, there's a hill over the backside, and yeah, almost didn't make it over that. Got back around to the where the staging lanes are, and she died there. Then we had to push it all the way back to the pits. So we had a quick look there. She wasn't running right. Put it in gear, it just fell on its face. So yeah, we're going to do a bit of an autopsy now. We rechecked the timing. Turns out the distributor wasn't locked out like I thought it was. So we started with 28 degrees base timing. So hopefully we haven't damaged the engine. I've fired it up with the timing light on it, which we've got here. And yeah, she's moving about 15 degrees. So yeah, it's a lot of timing. So hopefully the end is alright. Just wash the plugs. So we're going to pull the plugs out now and do a compression test. See how it's going. See if the motor still loves us or not. Doesn't seem to be rattly. It just doesn't want to rev. We drove it in here off the trailer. So yeah, it's been a trying couple of days. So but we'll bounce back. That's racing for you. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I don't know if you can see that. She looks pretty rich. Nice and foured. Yeah. That's a good sign though. For us. That means it's just rich. That's why I won't run. No actual bad damage. So we'll just line them up out the front here in order. Could have pulled them out at the track, but I didn't have a second set of plugs, so there's no real point. I knew they were fouled, so. But normally when you drag racing, you'll get to the end of the track and you'll just switch her off and you'll be able to read the plugs. But the setup they had there at Calder, you had to drive all the way around the track, the racetrack. So yeah, by the time you get back to the pits, you'll just have plugs looking like this, and you get no read off them to see whether you're rich or not. So she runs pretty rich anyway, because if you don't know, if you're rich means there's more fuel to air ratio, it's a bit high. So if it's rich, it keeps it cooler and keeps it safer. So she's not going to blow up normally if she's nice and what they call fat. So we're pretty, I wasn't too worried about that. I'm just a bit disappointed in myself really, because yeah, race car you normally just lock dizzy out. Obviously they haven't done that. So in the distributor you've got centrifugal weights, so as it spins up it actually advances the timing. So if we're at say 30 degrees, it takes you out to 45 degrees, which is way too much timing. My mate Reese from Reese's Shed, he's telling me that they don't like a lot of timing anyway. Probably about 21 is about the most total timing you want to put in them. So I was pretty far out to start with, but we live and learn. I mainly deal with Fords so, and Chevs. There was a moment on the way home where I was like, I wish it was just a Chev, I know what's going on with it. But the car got a very warm reception. Everyone seems to love the look of it. The stripes for a hit. Even if they're not some people's cup of tea. So the end is nice and cool at the moment, because you've got to mess around near the exhaust to get these plugs out. Actually, when I bought these plugs to put in, I tried to buy 2 sets, but the auto parts store didn't have 2 sets, so I had to just go with 1 set, which is a bit disappointing because probably could have figured it out on the track, thrown a new set of plugs at it and carried on. But again, you live and learn. Yeah, wouldn't be racing if it wasn't heartbreaking. So people ask me about why I've got this filter still on here. So for transport, we're putting this air filter on to keep all the air, if there's any water or dirt and bugs out of it. We don't want anything coming down the big K&N one we've got. So this just keeps it nice and safe. This is the easy side to do. Oh, it's a bit tight. The other side's got all the brake hoses and steering stuff. These will come out nice and easy. Oh. That one's a wash, really wet. It's number 8. That one also. I'm not seeing any damage on them, so they're just dirty. She's dry but fouled, that one. The front one seemed to be dry, the rear ones seem to be wet. So which tells me the front ones are the ones that are running. I don't know if it's something to do with this manifold, but yeah. Alright, that one's pretty wet too. Fuel smelling. Alright. Alright guys, got the compression tester here. So you just screw it in and it'll tell you the cylinder pressures. So we'll have a go, eh? Alright guys, I've got the compression tester hooked up. This is for cylinder number 1. You guys can watch it and I'll crank it. Whoa. So we got 187, I reckon. 187 psi. That is healthy. That's high compression. I'm pretty happy with that. We'll write that on the list. Alright, we'll go to cylinder number 2. Alright, we're set up for cylinder number 2, guys. So, you keep an eye on that.
What do you expect it to do? You do that.
Yep, same again, 187. That's good. Alright, I'll run through all these and let you know the verdict at the end. Alright guys, here we are at number 8. So last one to do. And what have we got? 190 on the dot. Beautiful. Alright. So this is what our compressions look like. So cylinder 1, 187. Cylinder 2, 190. Cylinder 3, 187. Cylinder 4, 179. Cylinder 5, 185. Cylinder 6, 180. Cylinder 7, 180. Cylinder 8, 190. It's all within a good spread. Cylinder 4 is probably down just a little bit, but it's only just because it's a round number. We've got other 180s on there, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think we've killed the motor, so that's a real good plus. So we'll go ahead and clean up these spark plugs, see if that works, and yeah, we'll carry on. We'll reset the timing and see if she runs again. Alright. Alright guys, we're over here at the bench. So we've got right hand side bank spark plugs here. So in the spark plug tester. So we can have a look, nice and close. So that's cylinder 1, number 1 really doesn't look like it wants to fire. So we'll set you up. Come here. And I'll show you the Uncle Tony trick. So Uncle Tony did a video of this on his YouTube. Where in the top fuelers they kill spark plugs all the time. So you get the butane. They're cooking. They look brand new again, like that. So you can see the difference. It's nice and white, shiny again. Alright. We'll put it in the spark plug tester. It's getting a bit hot, so let's use a rag. Ooh. And now we'll compare the pair. We'll see if Uncle Tony's trick works. Yeah. Much better. Yeah, that's good. Well, give this one a cook too. Nice and hot. We might put it down and cook the others. I like to keep them in order too. That way you're always going back into the same spot. You keep track of how the cylinders are running. Hope you can see all that. Pull one out. Three, 5 and 7. Here. Oh yeah, we're getting a nice good spark across all of them. It's working a treat. Pull 5 out, jam 7 in. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. So there you go, we've fixed those spark plugs. They should fire again now. Alright, we'll do the same with the other side and yeah, get back to you. Hi guys, I've got the plugs and everything back in it. I started it up and tried to reset the timing. Reset the timing to about 10 degrees. Then I was revving it up and the 29, the 30 degree mark was at top dead center. So it looks like there's one being marked there before, so I was going to set it to there. And then giving it a bit more of a rev, and it started going a bit haywire, like advanced more and more and more. So I decided to have a look in the cap, and I actually turned it over when the cap was half on by accident, and then I put it all back together and fired up. She wouldn't start, so checked the timing and she was about 180 out again. I don't know what's going on here. So I pulled the rotor button out and yeah, the actual little locating lug in there is broken. You can see that. So it was located, but you could spin it backwards. So I think that's been our problem on the track. So yeah, we started it up and went, and then obviously inertia, she's spun backwards and retarded it right. So looks like I'll get myself a new rotor button now. Oh, that's all we found. Change the rotor button out and hopefully we'll get some more stable timing. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll let you know how we go. Hey guys, that's all we've got time for today. I'll have to get myself a new rotor button for the TORANA, and yeah, we'll have to give it a good run. There's another drag race meet this weekend, so hopefully we can get a rotor button in it and actually pull some good times. I'd like to give a shout out to my little nephew Spencer. We're off to the Bathurst 1000 next month, so it's his first race. He's pretty keen to go, and yeah, hopefully one day he'll be racing it himself. We'll start with carts, mate, and we'll carry on from there. We'll see you down the road.